Hi everyone. So it's been more than 2 weeks since I last filmed. Just busy with work and life and haven't had time to film a video. But I have managed to pick up my paintings that were exhibited for the school exhibition late last year. So I'm hoping to go through and show you those, as well as some other paintings as well that I've got that was in the portfolio that was there. I'm also considering updating a few other creative projects that I have. I've recently had to deactivate my... I'm not sure if you could hear that. My parrot is screaming because there's a whole flock of ravens floating around in the sky, or flying around in the sky. And she just does not like ravens. So if you're hearing a squawk, it is my parrot who is telling me she doesn't like the ravens. But anyway, I had to deactivate my Instagram account where I was tracking a few other creative projects that I do, which is involved with makeup and also cooking and things like that. So I might be adding some extra videos over the coming weeks for those projects while I decide what to do in regards to Instagram. But without further ado, I'll go through some of the paintings that I've got to show you. So this is the picture of the amber beads. So I know in the last video I went through a number of the draft pictures for that. So this was done with pencil and I think maybe a little bit of charcoal as well. So again, it was to capture texture, and so there's a scarf and some beads to catch the transparency. So that's that one. And this was the other painting. So this was done with watercolor, and this is the barrel and the cobblestones. That was the combination of the two pictures that the draft pictures that I merged together. So this was representing some memories for being in Europe. So again, that's this one. This was the final for drawing a scrumpled up bit of paper, and so this was using pencil, and it was to experiment with different shades of light hitting a white surface and how the shadows could be cool toned or warm toned. So and this was the one that I took a photo and changed it to black and white just to get a better representation of how the shadows were looking. But overall, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. Didn't quite realise I'd ever be drawing a crumpled up bit of paper, but here we are. This was using acrylic and painting a colour wheel. So this was one of the first activities we did with the acrylic paint. So obviously it's, you know, if I'd gone over it a few more layers, it would be a lot deeper with some of these colours. But the purpose of it was just to get more comfortable with mixing paint. So here's a colour wheel. This was one of the back paintings for the barrel, believe it or not, but this was working with just some different types of colours and focusing on hearts. So my last video I talked about, I went on a bit of a heart phase. So this was one, and the next painting I've got's another one. And here's the second one that was a little bit more creative. It was, it looks like it's acrylic, but it also looks like it's watercolor. I can't remember, but I outlined some of the paint marks that I did. So it was really just expressive with different colors. And again, the heart theme. So this was exploring opposite colors and changing it around from one picture to the next. So this was all complementary colors, using red and greens in pencil and just coloring this in. And then the next one is the colors in reverse, just to sort of show how the different colors can change the mood of a picture and whether the picture becomes cool or warm toned. This was an exercise to capture spheres and depths and shadows and experiment with different types of colours. So again, it was using paints, acrylic paint, and just having a bit of fun with going from a circle to a sphere. And this was the painting, again from the sketches from last video, of the vegetable still life that we did in one of the workshops. And as you can see, I did 3 different panels, and it was using the primary colours and white to get the colours all mixed up. So again, learning how to mix colours, which was fun. No blacks allowed in this exercise, but it was really good to work to capture the different types of colours that were all in the vegetables. So I actually like how this has turned out. In last video, I was showing this as an unfinished piece of work, but then discussions with my teachers sort of said, well, why don't you take off the tape and see what it looks like without it. And I actually like it as it is. I kept looking at it, wanting to add more, but I think I would probably just overwork it. So this is now a final piece. This is a piece using watercolour, neurographics, I think they call it. And so it was drawing some lines and then colouring in the lines. I think one of the theories that they do is you're also meant to be thinking about something that you want an answer to. I didn't do that in this case. It was just a good exercise as we went back to school. So still finishing it off, but once it's finished, I'll show you next video. But it's actually quite fun to do. And the current piece in progress was using watercolour to paint some flowers. So this was a protea, and I'll probably add a little bit more detail to it, or not. And this was just the experimental bit of paper, just playing around with different shapes of brushes and different techniques to capture it. One of the flowers I've also got to do is a white one like that. And so having a little bit of experimentation of how to capture the white on white paper using watercolour. And this is an update of the painting that I showed last time. So there's a little bit more work. I can't see, so I'm just going to poke my head behind the painting. Yeah, so it's coming along. Someone actually mentioned that it potentially could just be finished, and if time doesn't allow me to keep working on it, I'll call it done for the purposes of the exercise at school. But yeah, I think it looks nice. Leave my hands out of the way. So I hope you did enjoy having a look at some of the pictures, and obviously I'll keep going and continue to update the pieces, and where the video isn't that good, I'll try to take some pictures and maybe put them as a slideshow in one of the videos, but it won't be this one. All right, thanks everyone. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.